Oh, before the stroke, I was very active. I like to decorate. I like Christmas. I love Christmas.
And that's coming.
And my tree goes up every year on the 12th of November, the day after Armistice Day. And I love it.
My name is Heather Dickinson, and I'm Doreen's daughter. Prior to Mom having her stroke, she was extremely active. And like I say, she was baking shortbread cookies the day before she had the stroke.
Okay. But you've been very active since.
I was up until I had this stroke.
So tell me about when you had the stroke.
You know, I know nothing about it. I was sitting there, I guess I didn't even know I was babbling like a fool, and Bruce got me down to the hospital. And from there on in, I don't even know being in there at the beginning. I was there for 5 months, 5 weeks, pardon me. And very little was done with me.
I mean, obviously your parents are getting older and you have to be prepared for things, but it really was a shock for our family when it happened. And so she was taken to University Hospital, and during the height of COVID, we couldn't go in and see her. We were relying very much on the nursing staff and the doctors to provide us with information.
Those nurses, I still praise them for what I told you earlier, how they were wonderfully, always helped me with my phone to call my husband at nighttime. I said, gee, Bruce, I can't wait to get home and wrap my warm body all around you. They said they never heard such a lovely love story. But they were very, very nice and kind.
When we were talking to Mom, she really didn't have a good understanding of who she was talking to. And so it made things very, very stressful for the family, not knowing. We didn't know what to expect, and we were sort of fearful of the outcomes. And I remember just prior to Mom coming home, we had a teleconference with the team of doctors and nurses and occupational people. And they were saying weren't giving us a whole lot of hope. And I recall the doctor saying to us, well, she's not going to die tomorrow, which was very shocking for us. It was hard to hear that. And so, again, we didn't really know what to expect. And then when Mom came home, it was very good because we were able to get healthcare people in, the PSWs were set up, but we were coming from a place of no knowledge. And we were very grateful for the community supports that were out there. But again, it was the unknown that we didn't know about. I live in Georgetown, so I was down here. My husband and I stayed here for 5 weeks after my mom had her stroke. So we were very hands-on, and everybody was exhausted by that, just because of the unknown.
They have all been impacted to a great extent. I mean, they're troubled, all of them. They went through a bad time, and they've turned around and they helped me like you wouldn't believe. Like Heather comes down and just cleans my house every week. And Donna's here every day when Rob is here.
Then Mom went into Parkwood, and she was there for 5 or 6 weeks. This was hard for us to decide as a family for her to go because we felt that she was somewhat fragile and we weren't certain how she was going to manage when she got there. So she was there, and again, because of COVID, we couldn't go and see her. We were relying very much on the nursing and the doctors and that sort of thing.
And I was useless. I felt so useless. I was in bed, laid in bed all day long while I was at the hospital at Parkwood. All day long, lying in the bed. They'd take me for a shower. But it was nothing at all, like very boring.
Very stressful 5 weeks for us because we didn't know what to expect. When my sister and I went there to pick her up, they took us into a phys ed room, and they were trying to do a board transfer with her, and it was not working at all. And I could tell Mom was very uncomfortable with the people doing the physio because they were smaller than her, and she was fearful they were going to drop her. So she wasn't able to complete the board transfer, and the physio people were basically giving us the impression that we shouldn't have too many expectations, that this is sort of what we had to live with, and the expectation.
Oh, and when I was leaving, they told my husband and our other daughter that I'd never walk again. And that was a killer, telling me that. And them too, it was quite a shock for the family, because I can walk.
So that was very, very hard for us, but we brought her back home, and then we were contacted by the community stroke team. And that was the game changer. When they came from the get-go, we were seeing incremental improvements in my mom. And they were small at first, but now they seem to be getting bigger and bigger.
Wonderful. Couldn't be more blessed, really, because without them, where would I be? For everything I'm doing, I have to contribute to them.
And what have you accomplished?
I've accomplished being able to have a shower, get on the toilet, get in and out of a car, walk, stand not holding anything.
And of course, they've been a fantastic team. I can't say, you know, I just can't say enough how much they've meant to us as a family and to my mom. They've really done tremendous things with her. So that was the beginning. And I call my mom a warrior, and she's a warrior for sure. She has worked very, very hard. And even though she credits a lot of her success to the team, she's been working very, very hard to accomplish her goals.
All these things are quite a challenge. Yeah, and you have to be determined and say, oh, I can't do that. Don't ever say it. You have to say to yourself, I'm going to do it.
So you have a message for other people who've had a stroke?
Oh, definitely. Boy, I'd say to them, don't quit. Even though you're very tired sometimes and you're tired of hearing the same thing, stand tall, stand up and stand tall. Even though you're tired of hearing it, do it. Because that's the only way you're going to accomplish what they're to do for you. And they're working as hard as they want you to work. If you bear that in mind, they're working very hard to do it for you.
So, I mean, from a perspective of the family, like I say, Parkwood has been amazing. The team has been just so great. And you will be able to see in her walking down the ramp that she can, in fact, walk. And she can do all the things that they said that she wouldn't be able to do.
And you can do that if you put your mind to it. Well, I think if you can strap yourself together, you know, and say, this is not going to be forever. I'm going to get over this. I'm going to get through this one way or the other. I'm not going to quit because I don't want to stay like this. I want to go home with my life. That was kind of my attitude. That explains it pretty well, I think.
And what I would like to say to them is, remember, the person is a human being. They're not a diagnosis. That you don't know what the human spirit can accomplish. It's important to take everybody as an individual and know that what the work that you're doing with them can have long-term beneficial effects, and don't write them off because of their age or their diagnosis. Because truly my mom is a miracle.